Shut up and sit down.
What is going on, Dads? And welcome to episode 21 of the Dads After Dark Show, recorded on Sunday, October 11th, 2020. We're your hosts, Drew and John, and thank you for joining us tonight for some Nintendo and those sweet pumpkin booties. John, I missed you guys last week. You and Nick did a fabulous job. I'd have to listen to the whole thing. It was good. It was nice. It was enjoyable listening to the format that we go through, but a different opinion, different voice. What's been going on? How have you been over the last really month, I guess, since we've talked on air like this? I mean, we talk daily, but what have you been up to?
Yeah, I missed you. Yeah, I missed you. I think we did. We missed you on one Mayhem. We missed you on one show. And I've been waiting to talk to you about a certain game that we've been playing. So I'm excited to finally have that conversation. We've typed back and forth, but nothing replaces a little, Dads After Dark discussion. So welcome back.
Yeah, it's that time of the year. I've been watching a lot of Halloweenish type movies and stuff. I watched Adam Sandler's new one, the Hoobie Halloween. You watched that yet?
Is that new? What was that one? I think we just saw the trailer and I was like, we might have to watch that one.
It's on Netflix. It's new, brand new. It just came out a couple days ago. I thought it was great. I loved it. It was it felt like his old school type movies, like Adam Sandler. I'm sorry, like
Adam Sandler,
Happy Gilmore, and Billy Madison.
Yes,
I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
What would you define the heyday of Adam Sandler? Because I would say it's Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, The Waterboy. And then I don't remember what happened after that one. Was there another? He
was around there. Then they started getting to the Big Daddy roles and the.
I didn't mind Big Daddy, but it wasn't a good movie. But
Happy Gilmore's my favorite all time by far. But I love golf and I love hockey. They combine the two together.
That's true. Happy Gilmore's great, but Billy Madison would be mine. Plus my childhood crush, Bridget Wilson, was in it. And
so the chick from Happy Gilmore is in the Halloween one.
Oh, really? Who? The love interest?
Oh, yeah. The one that we've all probably jacked it to a few times in that, the fantasy scene. Yeah, when he has the happy place scene and she's wearing like the corset and she's carrying like the pitchers of beer. Come on, John.
I don't remember.
Every male between the ages of 25 and 45 have whacked off to that scene.
Well, the ones between 40 and 45 are Googling it right now.
Come on. You don't know what I'm talking about?
I don't have much of a memory. Oh, okay. That scene. Okay.
It's the white corset. And then there's the scene, not corset. It's like lingerie.
Right.
G-string. But then there's the scene when Shooter McGavin like takes over his happy place scene where she's wearing the black G-string.
I don't know.
It's good. I prefer the happy one with the white.
Yeah, see, when you're coming off of Bridget Wilson and Billy Madison, like it's always downhill. So I don't know. I wasn't too into that character at all. So I don't know.
You're one of the few then, John. One of the few.
But maybe one day we can discuss your childhood adventures with the Happy Gilmore tape and how many times you ran through the VHS.
Oh, many times. Speaking of, I'm hurt. I'm disappointed. I'm angry. I'm confused. I'm a lot of things, John. Last week, I took the time out of my day to give you and Nick a wonderful voicemail recording that I spent a lot of time in the car recording.
The shittiest recording, I think, in recording history.
Let me talk about it, though. You guys played this and never spoke of it. You played it, and then it was like it didn't exist. Like a nice 3 minutes, I spill my beans about this awesome game, and then you don't even say, thanks, Drew, or, well, Drew, how about A, B, or C? No, you just, didn't happen. Moved on.
Okay.
What the F was that all about?
So it's been a hard week for me, and I can't remember everything, but so Nick and I were discussing in the pre-show, and I said that I had gotten a recording from you. In fact, I think I got the recording from you while Nick and I were chatting. And I was like, oh, okay, I got this recording I need to play. And then just, things happen. You're cheating on your co-host, you're cheating on Nintendo.
Oh,
And I just sort of forgot to queue it up and play it on the show. And so when I went to do the editing, I was like, oh shit, I forgot to play the Drew clip. And so I put it during the music. It was nice. It was
No, it wasn't nice. You forgot about me.
Well, I seemingly put as much effort in remembering as you did in recording it. So we're even.
Fair enough.
But we played it. I mean, what do you want me to do? Talk about it. We're going to talk about it now.
We are going to. I mean, in fact, let's spill the beans. I mean, we're going to talk about it a little bit tonight, but we're going to do this game. We're talking about Hades, of course, if you didn't know, right? Hades came out almost a month ago. What was it? You said the 17th or so, John?
It feels like 10 years ago now.
It feels forever around. Here's a little spoiler alert. It's one of the few games in the world that I'm better at than John. That's all you need to know. Because that doesn't happen often.
Oh, I can't wait to get into this.
So what we'll talk about it briefly tonight, but we're going to be doing a spoiler cast also at a later tonight on a separate feed, which we'll be talking about all about the game. We'll spoil it a little bit, but I don't think we're going to go crazy spoiler alert. Kind of similar to what we did with Paper Mario a few months ago. But it'll be fun, and we'll have a guest joining us as well. So that's something definitely to look forward to.
I can't wait to talk about it, because when we did Paper Mario, I thought we would do this for a lot of Nintendo games. And but some Nintendo games have come and gone, and we haven't done that. And Hades is like, it's funny. I've been listening to podcasts through the last few weeks. I mean, the people on NVC are loving Hades. I hear people talking about even the Megadads guys were like talking about Hades, and like you hear this like pressure of, I gotta play Hades because everyone keeps talking about Hades. I'm just gonna play it for gosh sakes. And I saw, I don't know where I saw it, but the top 3 games being downloaded on the eShop is like Super Mario 3D All Stars, Hades, Animal Crossing.
Wow.
So it's just like, geez, man. So like a lot of people are playing this game, and I think one of the fun parts about it is that people are still playing it.
Yeah, it's we'll talk about it more. It's just it's a good game.
Feeling compelled to play it right now, actually.
Oh, yep. I hear you there. But we'll be talking a lot about that more on our other feed.
It's not another feed. It's the same feed.
Another episode.
Another episode.
Bonus. Give
it a few days, folks.
Well, however long you want to take to edit.
Yeah.
Speaking of edit, you don't have this listed. I want to bring this up.
Oh.
Your 30-second reviews. If you don't know, John has been posting these 30 to 40 seconds, 30-second reviews is what he's been calling them. We have out on Twitter. We post them, and as well as the YouTube channel. They are fucking fabulous, John. I have to say, genius. And I know for you, you put a lot of effort and work into these things. It might not, 30 seconds. It's not easy, first of all. But I think the beauty about this is you get to see the entire game, and you really get to, you do them so well that I get to really put an opinion on it in 30 seconds. It's fabulous because we're all busy. And I think it was Nick who brought it up last week. It's the beauty of strolling through Twitter. Yes, John, I do it every once in a while. Believe it or not, I do.
I get the likes from time to time.
And you can just see it and watch it. It's one of those, you don't have to click it. You can just watch it and move on. So
you remember,
I'm excited to see these.
Do you remember how they started? Actually, I was just remembering. It was like almost a year ago to the day, because I know I was starting my new job on the 14th. So it was like, 13th, 12th. So it was the 11th. So today, 1 year ago today, I did the marathon of Link's Awakening. And I tried to finish the whole game in one day. I woke up, I started at like 5:30 in the morning.
That was dumb.
And I played till like 5:30 at night. And I ended up finishing the game, I think like 30 minutes into the next day. But I had wondered why, because I always noticed the Nintendo dads don't review the big Nintendo titles. And remember last year we had lots of big titles, Fire Emblem and Mario Maker 2 and Link's Awakening and all those games. And I just wondered, like, how come they don't review those games or whatever? And I was like, maybe I'll do a review. And somehow I came up with the idea of like, how absurd it would be to do a review in 30 seconds, right? Everyone's got their thing. I was like, whoa, maybe you can do a review in 30 seconds. So I did. I made a 30-second review of Link's Awakening, and I actually thought it was pretty good for the same reasons you just said. It doesn't spoil anything. It's quick. I can't sit around for a 10-minute review. So yeah, I just decided to pick up on it again, and I realized how much fun. They're really fun to make. I can generally play a game. Some games I'll play through to completion. Some games I'll play a couple hours. I usually put in at least a couple hours before I do a review. And then when I do the review, I write a script. I only need a 30-second script. And then I do the vocals. I can usually get them done fairly quickly. There's a little bit of editing. I'm not like the, who's the Micro Machine guy from the
yeah.
And then editing is like the greatest pleasure, because generally when I edit a review for Nintendo Dads, it usually takes me like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I will be like editing this, and like 10 minutes in, I'm like almost done. And it's so nice, when you can do edits, word to word to word, because you're only dealing with 30 seconds. You can't get away with that in a 6-minute review.
And I have to assume that the key to this is when you're recording your footage, that you only have to record small bits. When you record for a big review, you might be recording hours of footage. And anytime you edit, that's the worst part. It's going through your footage. So the less footage you have is sometimes the better. You know what I'm saying, in a way?
Oh, I've got a lot of footage.
Oh, yeah. I hear you there, buddy. The more, the better.
Actually, when I do reviews for the dads, I actually do make it a point to only record like an hour and a half tops, because I don't want to go too far into a game and spoil anything. So everything you see in one of my reviews is generally like early footage. Even if I've played through the game, I'm only showing the early footage. I learned that from Arlo, watching Arlo do stuff. But yeah, no, I don't need much. I do not need much footage. And we have a new review dropping tomorrow. I won't reveal what the game is, but let's just say it's a 35-second review.
I see what you did there.
This was a fun one to do as well. So I'm really proud of this one. Yeah, so that'll drop tomorrow on our Twitter. We drop them right into the tweets. You play the videos right from the tweets. You're not going to YouTube or anything. Just a great efficient review. So you won't get much spoiled.
Beautiful.
I'm glad you're enjoying them. I'm glad you're liking them.
They're awesome. So a couple news topics this week, John, right? We got to go over?
Yeah, we're going to do a little thing. We're going to run through the news here real quick. We got an update on Pokemon finally. Crown Tundra is coming out October 22nd. The trailer looks good, and it came with a sweet music video that I think was put in there to prevent people from streaming or whatever. I don't know. So give that a watch if you like it. The big reveal was Smash Brothers. We're getting Steve. I guess we're getting more than Steve. So Minecraft is coming into Smash Brothers, new levels, new characters. We also have a Travis Touchdown Mii costume, which basically eliminates him from being in Smash Brothers. We also have the Bomberman Mii costume and some Minecraft Mii costumes. So and they still sell those, I think 50, 75 cents or whatever. So that update's going to be dropping this week, actually. And then a new trailer for Age of Calamity. We saw some, new younger characters from Breath of the Wild, so that's exciting to see. And then they did a Treehouse presentation for that and Pikmin 3, which is what are we, only like a few weeks away from Pikmin 3? So
who cares?
Yeah. So that's the news. What did you? I know you're hyped up for Pikmin, right?
Yeah. I just never got into Pikmin. I guess I don't really fully understand. I did watch some of the Treehouse to just maybe say, is this for me? Is it not for me? But I don't know. It's just it doesn't do it for me. So I will not be picking this up. It's going to be a hard pass. There's another game that I'm looking forward to that I'll talk about a little bit later in the show. And I don't know. Nothing against it. Nothing. I'm happy for the people that want to play, but it is what it is.
I'm super hyped for it. I did not watch any of the Treehouse, as I usually do with games that I know I'm going to play. But they did release the demo for it. And if you play through the demo, it unlocks a special difficulty. It's not necessarily hard mode, that's already there, but it's like
spicy mode or something like that.
Yeah, where it like limits the number of Pikmin you can have and stuff like that.
So let me understand. I mean, the basic concept is what is it, Olimar or whatever his name is, and you control these little Pikmin guys. You find them, and does each color have a different power or something, whatever you want to? Okay.
The blue ones can deal with water, and black ones are strong, and they're really cool. Yeah.
And you just have it's basically a puzzle game.
Not a puzzle game. So you've never played any of the Pikmin games?
No.
Because that was huge on GameCube.
I know, and I'm a huge GameCube guy.
Yeah.
No.
It is indescribable. I think on Dad's they were talking about what the genre of game is considered, like an action RPG or something. It's a very unique game. And but for the most part, well, in this game you control a few different characters, not just Olimar. You manage your Pikmin. Think of your Pikmin as a resource that moves. You're managing your resources, but they're just walking little flower creatures, and you command them. You throw them at you might see like an apple, and you want to grab the apple, and the apple will say it requires 10 Pikmin to move, and you have to throw 10 Pikmin at it. And then they pick it up out of the ground and they start walking it to the ship nice and slow. But like an enemy could come along and start eating the Pikmin, so you have to keep an eye on them. And you end up you're doing a lot in that game. You're getting a couple bonus items. You're trying to take down a wall, and you just have to keep a really close eye on your Pikmin. For the most part, you throw your Pikmin at something, they'll do it. But sometimes they get confused or they don't know what they're doing. They walk away.
It's miserable.
It's really fun, and oddly, even though there's a lot of parts in that game that are stressful, it's relaxing. It's like an Animal Crossing.
It doesn't sound relaxing. You have to go get the apple, but meanwhile, you have to make sure nobody's eating you.
No, it doesn't.
Stressful.
No, it doesn't. It definitely doesn't sound relaxing, but it strangely is. It's just fun. It's you just find new things.
I'll probably pass. I mean, like I said, there's a bunch of other stuff coming out, and I don't need to get suckered into. I am getting into a point though that I do kind of need a game shortly, but one does come out in about 12 days, so I'm ready for it.
Yeah, you got plenty of Hades still in.
So some of the things you talked about, Pokemon, the Crown Tundra stuff looks great. Again, I never really played it or picked it up, but it does look. Well,
it's not out yet.
I know. It looks good. I'm saying that the shit that I've seen. I didn't pick up the original game, John.
Yeah, you got to play the original to play Crown Tundra.
Oh, that would make sense.
It does look interesting, and the other one that came out a couple of months ago. I forget the name of that one, but
Armor Island or something, some weird shit like that.
Isle of Armor, yeah.
I know my shit. I just don't play it.
Yeah,
close enough.
Yeah, like these would be like two to like play together, right? Like I don't want to jump into Pokemon for like a few hours to do this DLC or that DLC. I don't know if I'm gonna get into it, but now that it's done, I'm more likely to pick it up. So I got all the Pokemon too. I had fun with that game.
I heard good things about it.
Yeah, they have this big tower where you can battle your way to the top, and I know
I love stuff like that.
That's one of the things that people who are still playing Pokemon are like always constantly doing, along with, battling. I never get into like battling. I don't like battling other human beings. Okay. I'll battle in the game or whatever, but I don't like battling. So the tower is probably something I would go look to do. But yeah, no, I might get back to it at some point. There's just always so much to play, so I don't know. What about Smash? Are you interested in any of the DLC?
I mean, it was cool to see the reveal. Now that I've played so much of Minecraft Dungeons, I understand who all the characters are. So when I saw the reveal, I thought it was awesome. I thought, as always, very well done from the animation point of view. And I thought the character Steve and all the other costumes that came along with it looked like a very unique play style. But I'm not going to pretend that I'm an expert in Smash or how it plays. But good to see the diversity again. And yeah, I mean, it's not going to draw me back.
Yeah, I usually whenever we get new characters, we always try them out. I haven't bought the DLC Pack 2 yet, but my kids were like stoked. And what did you think of that? I loved that trailer. That was so much fun. My kids
Oh, your
we were all sitting here watching it, and my kids sort of freaked out because they could see some of the background lighting, and they immediately knew it was Minecraft. And I was like, not sure. And then until Steve appeared, and like that was just they did a great job with that one. I really like that one.
I agree.
So we'll be playing that, and I haven't tried Min Min yet, so I'm excited. I'm like, I really liked Min Min. I just never, because you have to get up and buy the next pack of Smash, but so this will get me to do that, and I'll be playing a lot of Min Min. So I'm excited for it. What else? And then Age of Calamity. That trailer looks good. I honestly had to look up even before the show to see who Purah was. I'm not good with remembering certain names.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while too. I
remembered she was like the techie, but I had to look it up and go, oh yeah, that is her. Okay, cool.
This game is just going to be a 100-hour game for me. I mean, I'm just be playing this probably right through to the new year.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, well, especially knowingly right now that what else is coming out.
It's good. I mean, I think more and more it's really, it's going to be the holiday game. So nothing else is going to get in your way and you can just enjoy that one.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised for like a December 10th or something type. One more game.
It's possible, I guess. You're right. But yeah, we'll see. Usually when these kind of things happen, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go play the original again. But Breath of the Wild is such a huge game. And normally I would start from the beginning because, gosh, I haven't played it in like 2 years. I did all the DLC, but it's been like a couple of years. But it's not a game I'm ready to repeat. So I've been thinking lately, I may just jump in to my old save file.
Go run around towns and
quests.
Stuff.
Yeah, like it'll be a little painful at first, but I think if I started it all over again, that would be super painful. And that game is a fun game to replay. It's a fun
all
game
the
to
shrines
replay.
And stuff is painful if you've already done them. It's like, I feel like I have a fairly good memory of this game for whatever reason. In all the different little towns, and I mean, when you put that many hours into a game, it kind of, I don't know. And plus, it's probably the last big Zelda besides Link's Awakening game that I really played. That was new and fresh. So,
yeah, the thing about it I love about Breath of the Wild is it doesn't have the hand-holdy stuff. So when you get back into the game, I mean, one of the best parts of the game is when you start and you're just like, open your eyes, and then you can immediately do stuff. But it's just, it's so long. I always wanted to collect all the Korok seeds with the little Korok detector.
Nope.
But when I jump back in, I'm going to put the Korok detector on, and I'm just going to go around. I think I've only done like half the side quests too. So, I think I'm going to play that for a little bit at least before a Calamity game comes out. Yeah. No, we got time. What is that, November 20 or something like that? So
yeah.
Yeah, we got time.
That's why I'm saying I wouldn't expect. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see like 3 to 4 weeks after that another game come out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it'd be like a top A title, but maybe another even
Breath of the Wild, man. I don't know. Like, what's going to come out?
It's just going to sell regardless because of the title and the name and what it is.
Story,
but I know there's definitely stuff with the Hyrule, like Warrior type concept or the Warriors type franchise that are going to keep people away a little bit.
I think a lot of people aren't interested in Hyrule Warriors stuff, but that is not going to stop them.
I think this is one of those games you're going to get millions and millions of people to buy it. Yeah. And I'm going to say 10% will like beat it. But I'm saying that they're going to be wanting to play it because of it's that Breath of the Wild, but then they realize the type of game it is. This really game wasn't for me. I think that's going to sell it.
I think there's going to be a lot of people that don't finish it, but I think they're going to sell so many copies of this game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm ready. Although Pikmin, what's the time difference between Pikmin and that game? It's like 3 weeks. No, that should be fine. That should be enough. That should be enough time.
Is Pikmin a short game?
I want to do everything in the game, but I still think 3 weeks is plenty of time. So
like 30 to 40 hour type game?
God, I can't remember. I would guess it's like 20 to 30 hours.
And that's 100%?
If you try to complete it, I mean, you can get it done in 3 weeks, right? Yeah. A couple hours a day. Yeah, no problem. So What do you say, Drewski?
I've been really playing 2 games mixed in with a couple other games that I've been playing with my kids. John, we gotta talk about the big elephant in the room, though. Hades.
Let's talk about it. We both played it.
So, I did the upfront say I sent the voicemail in last week, which really was 2 weeks ago. I gave Hades a 6.5/7 on my scale. I want to upgrade.
That's right. Let's hear it.
Probably closer to a 7.5.
Oh, come on.
Maybe 8. But let me tell you why. So 2 weeks ago when the game was fairly new, I did have a lot of beef with how this game starts you off. There's if anyone doesn't know, the best way to describe it is the isometric type bird's eye view, hack and slash. You're Hades' son, and you're trying to escape hell.
What is your name?
I don't fucking know what the guy's name was. I'm not good with that Greek god shit. It's irrelevant. Sure, that's Zagreus. The one. But anyways, my problem in the very first 2 to 3 hours of the game were there's a lot of stuff that is not explained. Now you can talk to a lot of different gods. You can talk to a lot of people to learn stuff about the story, and the story is fascinating, but you don't learn a lot about like what really to do. There's a lot of stuff to upgrade, a lot of stuff, which is really cool. A lot of collectibles, but you start collecting a lot of these things and you don't really know what you're supposed to do with them. When you every time you beat like a floor or rather an encounter, they call it, which is like a small little level before you go to the next room. You have almost every level has 2 doors you can exit, right? And above the door is a little symbol for an upgrade. So when you first play the game for the first 5 hours, you really don't know what these symbols are or what they mean. Mm-hmm. And to me, I don't know. I just wish there was some type of explanation, just something that told you what door I should really pick. So I felt like the first 5 hours, I really had no clue of what I was doing or what I was supposed to be saving or what I was supposed to be doing with certain items. So that brought down a lot of points for me. I could actually see it to be bad enough to the point to make people kind of quit because it's frustrating. It's hard in the beginning, the first time you're playing. But the more and more I played, the more I learned, the more I got involved, the more I knew what to do with upgrades, the better decisions I knew what to make. I got really good at it. I started using all the different weapons. I found my favorite weapon. I found which upgrades to do, which ones not to do, because they kind of counter each other. And then I started getting into the groove of really, really enjoying the game and playing it the way it was meant to be. I have over 30 hours into the game, and I beat it, John. I beat the game 4 times. Absolute blast. It's funny. I beat the game 4 times. The first time I beat it was my quickest run, 36 minutes. And that's the beauty about the game. It takes really between 30 to, I'm going to say, an hour. It would be the absolute longest, but typically I find it to be about 40 to 45 minute runs if I beat the game. And I've gotten to the point where I get to Hades, I'm going to say 9 out of the 10 times. And then it's just, it takes a long time to get there. So it's not a game you just jump in really quick and play because you want to play the whole game. So if you don't have 45 minutes, you might not jump in. But overall, I've been loving the game. As far as the high level, I've been obsessed with the gun. There's a bunch of different weapons you can use, right? You have like a shield, you have gauntlets, you have a spear, a sword, you have the gun. Am I missing one more, maybe? Anyways,
crossbow.
The crossbow, which is probably the worst one, I would say. Have you tried using it?
Though.
It's fun. It's hard.
Yeah, that was the first weapon I switched to from the beginning, the sword, and I really loved it, but I haven't gone back to it.
No.
But it's fun. It's fun to use.
I went back to the spear a few times. The spear is fun, but the gun is I find the easiest type of method for me.
I think I agree with you. Yeah.
No,
I know what you mean by the discovery part, and I've played a few games where they purposefully don't tell you much, and you have to sort of discover. I mean, in many ways, Breath of the Wild is like that. But the one I always go back to.
Zelda game before, you knew what you were doing in a way.
Yeah, but still, like, it's just sort of like go, and you're like, what am I doing? The one that I always come back to is Don't Starve. That was the game that introduced me to Discovery games, and in many ways I love that game, and in many ways I hate that game because it really is fun to see how long you can live in a certain number of days, and you get better and better and better each time because you learn a little more, and that's part of the progression. Even in Hades, like if you didn't get any of these power-ups, and you definitely get power-ups, you can upgrade health that you get at the end of each little chamber and that sort of thing. But even if you didn't get power-ups, I would be really curious to try to play Hades through on a new save file just to see how much the little power-ups have been helping me or how much I'm better at. In fact, I will try that at some point. But yeah, like I understand what you mean. Like when the first time you're going through, you're like, what do these symbols mean? I don't know. The nice part about it, though, that makes it a lot better than Don't Starve, is in Don't Starve, there's a lot of things that you need to do that you never discover. There's so many things I still don't know about in Don't Starve. But in this game, yeah, I didn't know what the items are. But like the first time you go through and you get the hammer upgrade, and you're like, oh, this is good. This is good. This is good.
You want the hammer.
Yeah, and you remember that, then the next time you're like, I'm still not up on what this purple stuff is, and then you start to figure that out. And then all the gods, like, I still am like, I'm only now just getting a feel for, like, which gods I look for and which power-ups, but
Agreed.
For, like, the first 20 runs, I could never remember what I'm going to get. It's
Do you know how many runs you've done?
I'm at, like, 40, around there.
And, like, 36, 37?
Yeah.
You know what it does? I think it's attempts. I think if you beat it, I don't think it counts it as a run.
Oh, really?
I don't know, because the way I read it was attempts. So what if you attempted it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, no, I've had a lot of fun. It took me a while to figure out certain things. I've got a certain flow now, and I can run through the game much faster. I know exactly what I want to do. The only part is like the keepsakes, which is one of my favorite parts of the game, is because I'm very close to unlocking them all. Is knowing which ones to use. But for the most part, in like the first world and second world, I can get through it without any big deal. Yeah. So I will just pick the keepsake that will upgrade the soonest and then just use that. Yep. And then like the third world is usually, I really like the keepsake with, I don't know what your favorite keepsake is, but the one where you can get the health items out of the urns.
I like the money out of the urns.
I love the money. Is that a keepsake?
No.
Yeah. No, I think the money.
Oh, it's different. I don't think I have that one.
Yeah, the money in the urns is when you get that power, you always have that.
Correct.
No, there's that's where you can get health in the urns.
So it's totally, you get the money still.
Yeah. It's a 3% chance per urn to find health in it.
Now, is it like the money?
6%. What's that?
But is it like the money where you see that there's health there?
No, you don't. You have to break the urns.
Break them all.
Yeah. And they'll have like 10 health in there. But I'm telling you, man, like you'll find at least one per room. So you can get yourself, by the end of it, 13 health per room. But sometimes you can find more in a room. And I just really like it. It's nice to know that I can get more health. I don't know. But I would rather have a more powerful attack. Some of the more that strengthen your attacks. I'm sure those are smarter. But I just love the security of getting a little bit of health.
There's the one that you get plus 1% for every room you beat without getting any damage.
Is that the dodge? The 1% dodge chance?
I think you get 1% damage increase for every room.
Oh, is that a keepsake?
I think so.
I'll have to check that out. I really need to get
I don't have them all.
From the health. Yeah.
You looked into the keepsakes at first. You had no idea what the hell you were doing. Or how you were supposed to get them?
I didn't realize, because there were, like you said, there's a couple things in the game you didn't know you can do, like gifting. That one will show up in the controls, but I didn't know, for example, you could gift Skelly. I didn't know you could upgrade your weapons. I totally didn't know.
I didn't know that until somebody wrote that in Discord. Zero idea.
That was really weird to discover.
And that's game changer now that you know how to do it.
Yeah. Another upgrade I wish I knew was, every time you do a run, there's one weapon that glows purple.
I did know that.
And it means you'll get more purple gems. I'm at a point in the game where I really don't need
Me either.
purple gems anymore, but
purple, don't need keys.
yeah. I'd still like to try to unlock those extra powers just to do them.
But did you go to the slime guy that you can sell like the keys to?
Yes, I've used him from time to time.
Yeah.
I'm done with the keys.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So I'll be trading keys in, and I'm really like the gems. I kind of bought everything. Everything's all there is a ton of like just visual
Cosmetic
upgrades.
Stuff,
yeah. And it's like I really wish there was more. So I don't know. I'm gonna hoard those in case they add like a DLC or something like that, because I feel like they're gonna do that. So I'm gonna hoard some of it. But it's so much fun.
More stuff will continue to unlock. So
Yeah.
more stuff pops up.
I keep thinking I'm done with the game. I finally beat it.
Yeah.
I've only beat it the one time, and I thought, okay, that's usually when a game like this is when I'll in my head flip it and say, okay, I've beaten the game now. It doesn't mean I'm done with it, but like I can move on whenever I want to.
So
I flip it.
I thought I was
still
done.
Playing.
I can't stop either. I thought I was going to be done playing, and I haven't stopped.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's Hades. We're going to talk a lot more on our other podcast. But
what else have you been playing?
I want to talk about Super Mario 35, John. I mean,
tasty.
Another addicting game. I mean, it's definitely one that I'm glad there's other games out that I'm playing right now. I don't think this is the only game I'm playing, but it's fun. I mean, it's even more fun to this monthly mayhem right now, which we'll get to a little bit later. But it's super fun. It's addicting. It's there's a little bit of strategy I found, but it's just.
What is your strategy? I mean, I think everybody's played this game, so I don't think we have to explain it at all. But what kind of strategies have you gone with?
I've seen a lot of different strategies. I'm getting to the point though that I'm like top 5 almost every run.
Unless you make a really dumb jump or something like that.
Yes, if I die, it's so. Here's I want to tell you something. I posted something in Discord today. I got to world 8-4. No idea how. I beat a level and I just it spawns randomly. The net spawn was 8-4. I was so excited. I got nervous.
It's like shiny in Pokemon.
Yeah. I have my firepower. I'm ready to. There's like 5 guys left. I'm ready to go. So I'm going and I have to make a jump over a fire pit. And I was like so excited. I wasn't really paying attention. On the other side of the fire pit was a hammer brother, and he was through. So I just was like, I'll just jump and throw my fire at him. So as I jumped, he threw a hammer and hit me midair. And like you don't really complete your jump. So I fell into the fire pit. Oh, it's devastated. So now,
but you unlocked it on the screen though.
I unlocked it, but you don't get the little flag. You have a flag if you beat the level.
Okay. 8-4 is really hard because isn't that the one where you have to find the right path and it just keeps repeating over and over again?
4-4, you need the right path as well.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a couple like that, but 8-4 is, I remember being a total pain in the ass.
Yeah. So my strategy is, I usually go to random when I throw my enemies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you just do the random.
Until I notice
like a strategy.
If I see the screen blinking red, that means they're low on time. So then I'll usually switch to low time and hope that they're in a panic and I can throw something at them and maybe get the knockout.
Yeah.
Because that means they're probably running fast, trying to get stuff. I go down every pipe to get all the coins. I do stop and get a lot of coins. I find coins are huge because once you get towards the end, I usually have like 200 to 300 coins saved up. Yeah. And that's huge for when you need stuff, but you can also push that to get some extra time out of it, right? If you get duplicates and stuff. But yeah, coins. I'll go through some of the beanstalks early on to get the coins, and definitely strategy is, of course, you want the fire flower because it's easier. But if you kill the enemies with the fire flower, you're only getting 1 second. You want to jump on them.
Yeah, and you want to use the fire flower consecutively. Mass death. Yeah.
So if there's 10 Goombas, every time you jump on a Goomba, you get an added second. So the first Goomba, you jump in at 2. If you don't hit the ground and jump on the next Goomba, it's added 3 seconds, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds. So that's the key. There's certain times you want to know, I want to jump on them. Obviously, the other strategy is you want to know where all like the hidden blots for the stars are and stuff like that, to kill them all in a row.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But it's fun. I'm having a blast with it. I think I'm level 45, 48 around there. How about you?
Yeah, I think I'm around level 40. I've had a blast with it because unlike Tetris, and I think I'm a fairly good casual Tetris player, but I never won Tetris. I could get to top 5 from time to time. This game, I find I'm better consistently, but it's even if I wasn't like as successful as I feel like I have been, and I think that the competition is going to get tougher.
I agree.
I just like it. I like playing Mario more than playing Tetris. I find Tetris to be kind of stressful. And with Mario, I'm having fun. And even if I lose, it's like, too bad I lost, you know?
Agreed.
I really enjoyed playing Super Mario and trying to figure out strategies. With Tetris, it's just more esoteric and mathematical. I've always tried to figure out, like, what's the best way, like, to do this? You know, because there's a lot of arguments in Tetris where you don't want to necessarily get Tetrises. You want to constantly finish lines one after another after another. And that takes some thought process. So, but I've been able to figure out more strategies just naturally playing Super Mario just because I have a better command of the game. Definitely, like you said, jumping on multiple Goombas. Even if you have the Fire Flower, if you see an opportunity, just do the multi-jumps. Don't use the fire. But then, like, when I'm running through a level, I'm just, like, spitting fire just to get through quickly. Another one, too, is if you hit the Koopa shells into a bunch of Goombas, you'll get a lot of... And, like, never go through the first pipe in level 1-1. You need to get time on the board first. So, like, once I get, like, over 200 seconds of time or whatever, it's not seconds necessarily because it'll go faster, then I'll start, like, prioritizing coins. But, like, early on...
I always go through the first pipe.
Yeah, if you go through the first pipe, you can't defeat any enemies and get time. And I find that I'll run into time trouble if I go through that first pipe. So I just sort of skip that.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I find you make up a lot of the time by beating levels, which is get like 15 plus seconds. And then if you know where all the fire flowers are and you get fire flower while you have fire flower, that's 15 seconds as well.
Right.
So like right off there, if you go 1-1 to 1-2, you're going to beat the level quick. That's 15 seconds for the flagpole. And then at the beginning of 1-2, you have the fire flower in the very first block. That's another 15 seconds.
Yeah, if you get the fire flower that you already have one, you'll get 15 seconds. So I always try to get the fire flower when I have the fire flower. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of ways to go about it, but I still say prioritize killing some enemies early on. Get the time up because that's the most precious thing, and then go for the coins when you have that time. Because you can have a whole bunch of coins, but man, they'll run away quick. If you become small Mario, generally, if I become small Mario, I stop what I'm doing and I try to like get an item.
So
and then you get an item and it's like a POW block and you're like, damn it. And then you do it again and it's like another POW block. You're like, damn it. And then a star.
I know, that's funny.
It's like, okay, the star is a short-term solution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you like play 1-2, for example, and you beat it with, and I'm assuming you go to the shortcut with the 3 pipes.
Yes. Yeah, I do that mostly, yeah.
Do you go for like, let me play 1-1 again to get some more power-ups? Or do you say, let me go play 4-1 so I can kill Latitu and throw him to, what's your strategy there?
I think when the game is earlier on, I tend to like kind of suck up the early levels because they're easy and I can get through them. It really depends. Sometimes if I've played a few games in a row, sometimes I just try to like, I can never remember what levels I need, but I try to like get to some new level because it's I do love Super Mario 35, but I can't play like 6, 7, 8 times in a row.
No,
when I finish a game of Hades, I'm like, let's do this again. Because there's some goal that I'll have. In Super Mario 35, it's like, So sometimes I'm like, look, let me go to level 4-2. I don't know if I have that one yet. It's a lot harder. You're at a disadvantage. But, I would love, the thing I love about it is you can try to unlock all those levels on the screen. You can try to get all the icons. There's so many things that you can unlock and do and see in the game. So yeah, sometimes I play it a little more aggressively. I would love to get to the harder levels. So, but yeah, I have no problem going back to 1-1.
Now, I honestly thought only the first 4 worlds were unlocked. Until today, I got to 8-4. Now, I mean, I've played games that, no lie, John, I've gone over 20 minutes. So
Mhm.
what do you think they're doing? I mean, what's the rationale behind these late worlds? Worlds 5 through 8.
I think you can get some harder enemies. Like I know when you're playing and you run into like Hammer Brothers,
Yeah.
it's always hard. It's just hard to deal with the Hammer
Yeah, but
Brothers.
so I mean, we still haven't seen. What have we haven't seen? We haven't really seen any Bullet Bills or
I
like
haven't
Buzzy
seen Bullet Bill.
Beetles or I mean,
I've seen the Beatles. I've seen the Beatles.
really, because they're all
Yeah.
worlds 5 through 8, right? I mean, what else is there that we haven't seen yet as far as
I have seen
enemies go?
Beatles. I have seen Beatles used against me, and I've seen Beatles in my level, and I immediately was like, I must get this Beetle because I want to show off that I found a Beetle.
Yeah.
We've seen Bowser's and all that jazz. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're there or not. I haven't looked it up to see.
Yeah, I don't know
But it's
either.
fun. It's fun to
It's
try to get
fun to
those guys.
see these odd characters like Bowser's in the middle of a level.
Yeah,
The Hammer Brothers and 1-1 where they don't belong. So
yeah.
I think that's just the fun, cool part about it. Um, yeah, it's great. Like you said, I think 3 or 4 games would be the max I could play in a row.
Yeah.
But it's just fun. Agreed.
Yeah, and then you're just excited to pick it up, and you can play through a game real quick. It's
Yeah.
some of them take a little while,
Yeah.
but not all of them. But yeah,
No.
definitely when you get to the last few people, you're playing for a little bit, but it's fun. It's
fun.
it's okay. It's not as stressful.
So what else have you been playing?
So I kind of wrapped up Witcher 3
Oh,
this
thank
week.
God.
Like I told you, I don't know why I was playing Witcher 3. It was free on Game Pass. I'd played through it on PS4 and I played through it a lot on Switch. But it was free and I was like, I want to go through all the side quests. So I was kind of making a goal to play through every side quest in Witcher 3. And of course it entailed having to go through a lot of the main quest again and do some of these quests are not short. All over again for me, like third or fourth time. But I had a lot of fun. Like whenever I would find a side quest that I hadn't done before,
Mm-hmm.
I was having a heck of a fun time. So, I played through a lot of little storylines, and I don't want to like ruin anything with The Witcher. I won't. But one of the fun things was I played through the Keira Metz, the witch.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember her. I think she's part of the main quest. And you see her like naked in the
Yeah.
bathtub.
Oh, yeah.
behind
Remember
her.
her.
Yeah.
That's the one.
So I had played through all of her quests before, and you bang her, and it's fun. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go through all the Keira Metz ones and stuff like that. But there's something that happens after, and it's just a little spoiler, but not a big deal. So you can end up killing Keira Metz, and so you end up in a situation where like, oh God, the game is basically forcing me to kill her, and I don't want to. And that always bugged me. So when I played through this time, I was like really careful. Like, I don't want to kill her. So I saved it, went through, and then it forced me to kill her. And I was like, no. So I went back and I had to look it up. And there's like a certain dialogue path. And what happens is you send her to Kyle Morhan, like basically your castle. And at the end of towards the end of the game, you end up back over there. And like, so excited because I'm like, oh my God, she's gonna be there. When I go there, you go there with Yennefer and all that. So it was like that was like super exciting. And then I did a bunch of other side quests that I hadn't done before, storylines I hadn't seen. There's a character in the game that gets like totally like assaulted and beat up that I had no idea. And I was like, oh wow, because I didn't go down that path far enough with that character. So I really had a good time. But the thing that made me stop was I had missed a Gwent card with the Baron. And I didn't realize. And I would have loaded an old save if I realized it. And then later on, there's like a party you go to. Remember the party you go to where you wear the masks?
Yep.
There is a Gwent game going on there, and you have to play Gwent and win to win a special card. And if you finish that quest, and you succeed and you finish that quest, then you will get that special card. But if you finish the quest and don't play Gwent, it fails the mission.
Yeah, you
because
can't go back to that
you can
party
now
either.
not get that card anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I think it was one of the quests that's like get them all, and now you can't get all the cards. And that's one of the first quests you get in the game, to get all the cards. And I was just like annoyed, and I was like, okay, I can reload and then get the card, But then it's like I hadn't been like building my deck, and I was just not in the mood. And then I realized I was missing the Baron's card, and I was just like, you know what? Like, this is a game where you can't just play some finite number of side quests. You just can't. Like, there's so many side quests. There were side quests that you find by walking around some random water in this massive world, and you find this piece of paper, and the piece of paper unlocks a quest. So it's like, even if you're playing as hardcore as you can, you're just going to miss quests. It's not a matter of doing them. It's just finding them. And I was like, you know what? Like, this is just, besides the fact it's going to take forever, it's like I've already messed it up because I didn't do the Baron's quest, and I didn't feel like redoing the Gwent things. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm good. Like, I was playing it just for fun. I'd already beaten the game. And I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I'm done with that. The game that I did want to talk about for real quick was Tell Me Why. This is on Game Pass. This was the game during one of the Xbox Series X showcases they announced. Tell Me Why. And the great part about the Xbox stuff is like all these games that they announce are on Game Pass. So it's like, hey, we have these exclusive games, and oh, by the way, they're free. This was made by the people that made Life is Strange, which is a series I do want to get to. And they were like, the game's broken up into 3 chapters. It's a story-based game, Drew. I don't know if this is for you.
Oh, I looked into this.
You saw my 30-second review.
I watched the review. That's what it was.
Each chapter was like 3 hours, and I was like, you know what? I've been curious about this game. I want to try it, and I'll do a 30-second review on it. So I recorded footage, and I had a heck of a time. I enjoyed it. It's not for everybody. I mean, it's story-based. There's no action. There's no shooting. There's no anything. There's like a couple of puzzles in the first chapter. But for the most part, like, they're just like, okay, let's clean up this living room, and you just walk around and there's little circles on the places you need to interact with, and you just do
awful. Sounds awful.
It sounds awful. It's relaxing. It's a dramatic story, but it is relaxing. And, you get through a chapter, you finish it off, and you're like, okay, cool. It's a nice stopping point.
Well, John, that's why I beat Hades 4 times and you beat it 1. You're too busy playing story games.
No, these don't take long. I did the 30-second review on chapter 1. That's all I'm going to do for that, because it's all you're going to do is ruin like a story. But I'm getting close to finishing chapter 2. I think I actually thought I was finishing it just before we started this podcast. And I'm like, oh, nope. No, but really good. I'll be playing through all 3. And yeah, really enjoying Game Pass still. Just like being able to, I kind of augment my Switch, collection with, just playing some free games. So
You're cheated.
Yeah, my son and I are going to play some Battletoads next weekend.
Nice.
Just stuff like that. So it's fun. Yeah. I think that's it. We've talked a lot.
We did. We always do.
We have a pretty big topic. We have an interesting one to discuss here. Let's see. So we're going to talk about. Did we put anything in?
Nope. We were busy this week, John. We didn't really get to it.
Weren't you supposed to put in a topic this week?
I thought you were supposed to do the main topic this week.
Oh shit! No, I didn't put anything in here.
Well, I have something I want to talk about because I don't fucking get it. Mario pins.
Oh, you're ruining my night.
Why? Why do they fucking do this, John? Like, why set up a scavenger hunt around the fucking country for a set of pins? I don't get it. Like, it's so complicated. It's so niche. It's so go to the ice cream place to get a code. Go do this. It's just fucking. Why?
Did you
No,
so
I didn't do any of it.
Oh, you didn't do it? Oh,
No.
What are you complaining about, bro?
It's just stupid. Because why? Why? If they want to do this, great. I commend it. Free stuff. I'm all for it. Sure. But like, just go back to the old method where I use my gold coins or whatever, or platinum coins to purchase it, or just sell it for $20, and the people that really want it will buy it, and the people that just wanted it for the freebies won't get it.
I don't know. I thought it was fun that they were like making you go to like areas of the website that you might not have gone to and share some things, because you're basically advertising for them by sharing things on your social media, blah, blah, blah.
Free marketing.
They just had such a small supply. I did not know when it was time to order them that was the time. So I missed them. And then I had gotten some hints that there was going to be another shipment. And I was all ready for it, and I didn't. It turned out that happened like a couple nights ago, and they sold out again. Yeah, there was a second load. So.
I mean, I like the idea of it. I'm not for the scavenger hunt of. And again, great marketing, like you said, doing different parts of the website, but
yeah. Well, you can scavenger hunt on eBay now.
I don't want them. I don't care. So I don't have to do anything.
What am I
going to do? I mean, it's a pin. What do you do with them?
It's just collectible.
Great. I'll put it in a box in my basement. And
I did get the Xenoblade phone holder thing, and I only did that because there was not much you can use the platinum coins on, and so it was just nice to be like, hey, I could just use these and get this phone holder. But I don't have any love for it. I'm not going to use it. I'm literally just going to keep it in the plastic. But still, it's a good time. I quite enjoyed it. So. Yeah, we'll see. I still would love to get the Mario 35 pins. It sounds like I had my second chance and I flunked it.
Blew it.
Yeah. What's this game you've been excited about that's
coming up? I don't know. I don't really know too much about it, but I love myself Halloween. I love myself a nice hack and slash type platformer game. And I saw this announcement trailer on a Nintendo site the other day called Pumpkin Jack. Unreal Engine. And it just looks like a fun.
Is it really? Oh,
it is, and that's what I was trying to shot at. So you're pretty much Pumpkin Jack, which is kind of like the guy has a pumpkin head, and it's a 3D hack and slash type game, but it's supposedly has like tight platforming skills, puzzles, and riddles. And it just looks like a fun gameplay mechanic. They say it's like 5 to 8 hours per run, which intrigued me. Is there a replayability factor where, there is reasons to play more than once? But I like that 5 to 8 hours, which means you could maybe beat it in, for me, that's probably about a week, maybe less, depending if I get, any good long play sessions. But I'm intrigued by this game a lot because I love a nice Halloween type game. And I think the type of game it is reminds me a little bit of like Darksiders, with that action type platformer. And I don't know why, but for some reason, just like Pine was, it's calling my name. It's calling my name, and I'm excited for it. So I think it comes out October 23rd. I can't find a price on it. If I had to guess, I have no idea.
$70.
No, I'm thinking 20.
Oh, 20?
I think. I honestly have zero idea. I can't imagine. I forget who makes it.
It was pretty polished. I mean, it was a pretty polished game. When I was watching the trailer, I was thinking it was the new Super Lucky Tales people. It just had the same look, same like music, same whimsy, same polish, and I was actually surprised it was not at all. But I think it'll be like 30. I don't know. Maybe you're right.
Do you have any interest in this?
It's good. I like the look of it. I could play it if I was forced, but I'm probably not going to pick it up because it comes out a week before Pikmin. And like I said, I think I'm going to get back into Breath of the Wild. So I don't know. October 23rd doesn't work for me. I'll probably still be playing Hades, for God's sakes. For God's sakes, that was a good one. I didn't even intend that one. But no, it does look good. I'll be really curious to see what you think of it when we do our next show. Hey, it'll have just come out.
Yes.
So you can tell us all about it, Drew.
I'm excited.
Very exciting. I wanted to ask you, how has Super Mario 3D All-Stars been for you? Because I have to say, the game kind of came and went already for me. I got a couple of stars in Mario 64. Mm-hmm. I wanted to do like a full run in Mario 64, but I just didn't. I was not having a good time. I stopped on the second star. Mario Sunshine's
giving it a run.
Ooh, yeah, the only game I can see playing through completely is Mario Galaxy, but I've done that before. And I think I did all of Super Luigi Galaxy too, so there's nothing for me to accomplish I haven't done before.
Yeah.
So I don't know, that game kind of came and went. I'm
in a
done.
weird way. I think it will always be there to jump on. I did make a decent run at Mario 64. I did about 60 something stars, enough that it'll beat the game if I wanted to, but I did not. Sunshine, I briefly got a couple shrines just because I wanted to see how flood system worked. It was fine. It was fine. Galaxy, I actually probably got 20 something stars as well. Believe it or not, my wife actually asked me, a couple times to jump on and play. She likes actually being the center controller with the star bits. So I did that as well. But yeah, you're right, John. I haven't. Now that I have Hades and Mario 35 to jump to, this is definitely taking the back seat. And with the schedule that we have coming up, I can't really see me going back to it anytime soon. But I will. I will someday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm a little disappointed. I always wanted to have the Mario 64 original, but I think like in hindsight now, I kind of feel like I want to have a remake of it. I don't know.
Interest.
Yeah, this is the first Nintendo game in a while. I just I don't want to do it. But there's a lot of people that have played a lot of it, so no big deal. Just thought I would play it more. That's all. A little disappointed,
I gotcha. What else?
That reminds me, I've been playing Animal Crossing. Have you done any of the fall stuff?
Sadly, no. I
you
haven't
would
even
really like it.
I know, and I love Halloween. But
I told you that I started a new island on my Switch Lite.
you did.
And it went from I put a couple Halloween things on there. I'm just doing a total Halloween island. And I've pretty much filled it up.
Wow.
I am right now in the process of giving items to my neighbors to see if they put them in their rooms. But every house has decorations. There are pumpkins all over. I was listening to Dad Crossing. And I think it was Sean Abbott saying he had like 110 110 pumpkin starts. Like,
wow.
Like where you can grow pumpkins. Sean, I have 286 on my pumpkin farm.
Wait, did you count?
Yes, I counted. When he said 110, Jesus. I was like, how many do I have? I have 286 pumpkin starts in my pumpkin farm, which is massive. And then I have probably like 100 all over my town, just in random spots. There's pumpkins growing everywhere. So I've had a whole bunch of fun.
Different kinds of pumpkins, or is just one standard orange pumpkin?
You get there's an orange pumpkin, a yellow pumpkin, a white, and a green.
Oh.
And in general, you use the orange pumpkins to build stuff. And orange pumpkins are the most common.
Yep.
And then when you want to customize, you have to use the custom kit, and then you have to usually use some of the colored pumpkins.
Okay.
So every item you make in the pumpkin, in the fall stuff, you can make green, and then the white ones are usually like a monochrome, and a yellow, which is very close to the orange. But like a lot of them will glow at night. It's really cool. You should visit my island. I'm going to do some pictures of it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do like a dream code for it.
Cool.
But I'm pretty proud because it's all Halloween, and I left part of my island is completely undeveloped. I haven't touched it. There's nothing there. And I'm going to make that part of the island for Christmas.
Nice.
So it's going to be
fun.
like Halloween Town, Christmas Town. I'm really proud of it. I'm glad I didn't do the whole island in pumpkin because there's only so many things you can make.
Yeah, it would have been repetitive, yeah.
But you would really like it if you like the pumpkin jack.
I love it. I know. I wanted to, and then I said I just can't. I haven't even. I never played any. I didn't play the dream stuff. I didn't play the swimming stuff, the firework. I haven't played any of the updates. So, and I have well over 100 hours.
And those are fun things, but they don't. You're not gonna go crazy, but like really theming the Halloween is cool. I'm gonna grab actually my Easter room for my old island because my old island's about to get abandoned. I've been bringing my hordes of money over.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to make an Easter room in my new house and then a Halloween room in my new house. And then I'm going to do all the holidays.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
My house is actually almost completely fully expanded because basically I'll talk to Tom Nook and he'll go, yeah, we'll build that. And then in the morning I go check it out. And then I go to Tom and he goes, yeah, you owe us like $1 million bells. And I'm like, here you go. And I move on to the next one. So
speaking of Dad Crossing, they did a fun little Halloween contest going on, don't they?
They do, yeah. Like it's gonna be similar to Mayhem. It's just Halloween themed. You get to take one picture of your, your theme or whatever you want to take a picture of, and they're gonna just give out some rewards.
Nice.
I'm definitely doing it.
Maybe I can bring my character over and like moon the camera.
Yeah, you don't have to start a new island. Just
maybe I could just come to your island and take a picture and then submit it.
Oh my God. Is that cheating? Is there like a rule violation on that?
That would be amazing. I imagine if I won for something you created. Oh, that would be awesome.
I would out you in a second.
Nope. I've been to put myself in the picture, so. But speaking of contests, monthly mayhem is upon us, and we are slackers. We did it poorly. We did not do a title card. We did nothing. Right, John? I mean,
usually when we do these contests, we just say, we're going to announce it, and then we do it. This one was definitely different because everyone was playing it, and we knew we were going to do it, and it's just like let's just get it started. Let's get people started. Yeah.
And this is something. The way this contest is running this month is very different, and actually, it's what we try not to do with Monthly Mayhem. Typically, with Monthly Mayhem, we want to give it a fair go of skill and talent of the game. Rather than whoever just plays the most hours, right? Meaning you could be the worst Mario player in the world but still win. And that's what we wanted. That's what we did. That's what we did this month. This is definitely going to be whoever has time to put the most hours into the game will most likely win. However, you could put less hours in and still win if you're good at the game, right? I think. So essentially, the way this is going to work is every time you play or win, you bump up a level. For me, it seems like every time I play now, I gain like just one level. Even if I win, it just goes up one level.
Right.
So this has nothing to do with unlocking levels, unlocking icons. It's just what level are you at the end of this contest? Simple. The highest level wins $15. Every level after that, every other player that doesn't win receives one lottery ball for the level you are, and they get entered to win the $10. Now, for that first place prize, John, if there happens to be a tie of the level, what's going to be this tiebreaker?
I don't know. We'll figure that out. I don't think there will be a tie, but we'll figure that out. I'm not going to sit here and just try to like deduce what that is because there's no cap. I think there's going to be one or two or three people that really hit the stratosphere. And we'll see where we're at. We are going to be, besides the level, you're going to get bonus points for how many victories you have. Oh. So in case somebody gets, to level 100 and never wins, which I don't know if that's possible, but so you're going to get 2 bonus points.
2 bonus points.
2 bonus points per win. So getting a win, gets you points. And I think as you get later in the game, later in the levels, those 2 points, because your levels are going to really start to slow down a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So those wins are going to matter a lot. And we'll see where we go.
So not only do you want to play, but you need to win. Super excited. This is going to be a good one. Keep playing. The game is fun, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
What else, John? Anything else that you want to talk about on this kind of main topic that we didn't plan?
I mean, it was your fault. It wasn't my fault.
Oh, no.
I got a question for you, Drew. This has been bugging me lately. I keep nagging you with it, but I want to talk about it real quick.
Sure.
Is Game Pass ruining gaming or is it saving gaming? You know what I mean?
I think that's an interesting question. I don't think it's ruining gaming. As far as saving, I don't think there's any saving that's needed. I think Game Pass is great. It's great for what it does. It's amazing at what it does, but I don't think it's gonna ever kill gaming as a whole, right? I mean, you're always going to have collectors editions. You're always going to have people that like buying games so they can return them to GameStop and get store credit and buy the next game for cheaper. You're going to have people today that still don't have stable internet in certain places that can't do this. and still buy the cartridge. So I think there's always going to be a market for cartridge gaming. I truly, truly do. And I think these companies that are now going cartridgeless gaming systems and digital only are actually pigeonholing themselves in a lot of these markets that can't do this. I know we're in 2020 and Wi-Fi and internet and all this stuff is in a lot of places, but I think also it's not easily available for a lot of places. And again, I think people like buying that disc or cartridge or whatever the hell you want to call it nowadays, because they find if they buy a $60 or $70 game, and even if they get $20 back when they trade it in, which that's $20 that they can take off their next game, and and that's a lot of money for certain people. And when you buy a digital game, say what you want, but you really don't own the rights. You don't own that game. They could take it away just as easily, So, I think it's twofold. It's nice and convenient from a cheap point of view, where someone that does have the luxury of having the nice stable internet and access, they can get a lot of games for very cheap. But I'm interested to see some of these games, and I'm not diverse in this market, but when you have The Witcher 4 come out, is it going to be on this day one, or are they going to wait like a month? It's like Netflix, right? When a brand new movie comes out, it's not on Netflix day one.
I haven't gotten a feel for Microsoft seems committed to having their first party games on Game Pass day one, which is great. I don't know how they make money, but
I agree. I mean, look at it, and that's the same concept as Netflix, right? When Netflix has an original movie, it's straight to Netflix. But it's the third party that concerns me.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, the reason I mention it is because when I think about Series X and PS5, I go, God, I want a PS5. And then as soon as I say that, I say, okay, what would I play on day one? And it's like, okay, there's Demon's Souls Remake, which is really, I'm not excited about it. I love Demon's Souls, but I'm not super excited about playing the remake for some reason. And then the new Spider-Man content, the Miles Morales, right? And I'm like, yeah, I could see myself playing those games, excited. And then I think about it and go, God, those games are $70 each. I'd have to spend $140 for two games. One's a remake and one is essentially bonus content for another game. And it's a turnoff. And then I think about Xbox and I go, yeah, I like Game Pass. Because I really enjoy. Sometimes I was sitting here with my son and I was like, what should we play? I don't know. Let's look at Game Pass and just see what's on there. And we saw Battletoads and we're like, all right, let's just download Battletoads. Stuff like that. And we've been able to play Minecraft Dungeons. We're still playing that. But so I thought, okay, I really like Game Pass. So I want to get a Series X and I can play a lot of their new games. Tell me why, like I said. The problem is there's nothing I want at Series X launch. There's nothing. All the games are these big third-party titles that I'm not interested in. Yep. And the launch window includes Cyberpunk, which is a game I'll try, but I'll probably vomit playing. Everything I've seen of Cyberpunk so far, I'm not excited about, but I will try it. I already own it. But it really, I'm just I'll just go on Game Pass and look at some indie games or whatever, which is why I'm not getting a Series X on day one. But it makes me think gosh, Nintendo puts out a game and they sell it for $60. And there's this expectation now, Game Pass is so popular, and there's even pressure for PlayStation to do more with PS Now. And it's wow, what are we doing? Does Nintendo have one of these? Does Nintendo need a Game Pass? Is the idea of paying $60 for the next Breath of the Wild? Is that going to feel arcane, the way, do you buy CDs anymore? No, probably not.
I think Nintendo,
it's all subscription.
I think Nintendo's Game Pass is exactly what it is, right? You get your retro games. You get this Mario 35. You had Tetris 99.
Right.
I think that is their form of a Game Pass. Now, no. I don't think you'll ever see anything. I don't think it'll ever be different than that. I think now maybe you get a Zelda anniversary game. Sure, maybe. I think maybe you'll get someday, N64 GameCube games, maybe, but I don't think you're ever going to see like first party new games coming to Nintendo like that. I just don't.
Yeah. And those games, they cost money and whatever. And yeah, they do a couple freebies, but there's nothing like browsing through Game Pass, especially the first time, and just seeing all these games and going, wow, I can play all this for free. Now, Game Pass is not a big money maker. Game Pass is just a way for Microsoft to just bring in customers, but it's not a big money maker. So I don't, it's not like something. The reason why Sony doesn't have as big, like their PS Now has mostly older titles, is because they don't need to. They make tons of money on all their sales already. But it's like, what about Nintendo? Like, I don't know. Like Netflix, right? Remember when we used to have Netflix and you'd get DVDs in the mail, right? And it was like, this is cool. You get this movie, that movie. It replaced like rental stores. But then after a while, now everyone has Netflix digitally. And I'll like mention that I got, some DVD in the mail from Netflix. People go, whoa, they still do that? Like, people don't even realize Netflix still does that. And most people don't have that anymore. But there's still tons of movies that are not on Netflix's digital, especially older movies and new movies that just come out. And there's still a use for it, but people just aren't interested in it anymore. And I'm just really worried there's going to be this point in time where people are like, I could buy an Xbox and get Game Pass and just have a ton of games to play. Why should I buy the PlayStation and invest $400 in, a handful of games? Yeah. Or buy a Nintendo Switch and invest that money in a handful of games? It's just not worth it.
I'm going to use the Netflix model again. Netflix is said to be in $20 billion in debt, right? So back to your point about Microsoft. Are they making money off of this?
I don't think
they can't be. They have to be losing. How much money is it to, produce some of these games or develop these games that they're putting on there for?
Well, I downloaded Untitled Goose Game one time, and I don't even think I played it, but I downloaded it because I wasn't sure how they make their money. But I love that game so much on Switch. I just downloaded it to see if I can throw a few bucks their way. Like I was doing it like that. Yeah, no, Microsoft has said they said they don't make much money on it, but who knows if they make any money on it, right? They definitely don't make a lot of money on it, but it does bring people to their console. There's a lot of people that are buying an Xbox just because of Game Pass. They'll try to say, oh, it's more powerful than the PS5. I think that's horseshit. I don't know if it's more powerful or not more powerful. You never really know. You can pick out any spec for any system and use that as it's more powerful. In the end, the games are going to play great on both consoles. There's not going to be a big difference. And that's me saying, because I actually think Witcher 3 looks great on the Xbox One X, but it looked great on the PS4 too. So it's not that big a deal. Yeah. It just becomes a scenario where, hey, I can save a bunch of money. And I just wonder if the PS5 will ever be in a situation where they feel like they need something competitive to Game Pass. I'm really curious. And, about Nintendo. And is Nintendo ever going to have to go in that direction? So just a little worried. I'm a little worried there.
Yeah,
so
we'll see.
Yeah. The future of gaming. Is that it? Are we good?
I'm good. Are you good?
Our non-topic week was, I think it was fun.
It was fun. It was good stuff. A lot of on the fly. Sometimes that's better, right? That way you don't have time to think about the conversation, and it comes off more natural, which gives you your real opinion.
We are not planning any more shows. That's it. We're just going to wing everyone.
Well, we want to thank, as always, Nintendo Dads for letting us be part of their amazing family of podcasts. I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but it has been a blast. And remember to go over to our Twitter page, right? Dads After Dark channel.
Wait, what?
Nope.
Twitter?
No, the Twitter is actually the letter N, Dads After Dark.
You have to say at.
Oh, and Dads After Dark. Send us questions. Make sure to watch John's 30-second reviews and share them with all your your buddies out there, and tag us and all that fun stuff there. Subscribe to us on all of your podcast feeds. Helps us, helps everybody. Write us a review if you haven't. That's a lot of fun. And head over to the Nintendo Dads Patreon and join them for access to our Dads After Dark channel, where you can see those sweet pumpkin boobies. And if you're there, you know what I'm talking about. And that's pretty much all I have to say. John, what do we have coming out the next few weeks?
I did watch that sweet pumpkin boobies like 20 times. It was mesmerizing.
Me too. Every time
Very well done.
real boobs popped out, but it's just the pumpkins.
We got a busy couple weeks here. Tuesday, Smash Brothers and Minecraft combined together. We'll get Steve.
Already?
It's coming out Tuesday. G.I. Joe, Operation Blackout. I know Tim's excited for that one. That also comes out Tuesday. Good luck, G.I. Joe, grabbing attention from Smash Brothers.
Yeah. Good luck.
October 14th, Vigil, The Longest Night comes out. I mention it because there might be a first look appearing on the Nintendo Dad's channel by someone you might know. So take a look for that one. Jackbox Party Pack 7, that is coming out this week. Very exciting. And then Friday, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit comes out for anybody who was able to grab one.
Did you pick it up?
I was not going to pick it up, and now I'm like, okay, I got to get one. I think the kids would really love it. I don't want to get two, but I think I'll just get the one. Maybe we'll get a second one for Christmas. So, but they're sold out. We'll see if I can snag one. It looks fun.
Interesting.
Next week, Transformers Battlegrounds comes out. That could be interesting. And then Pumpkin Jack.
Pumpkin Jack. I'm all over it.
Yeah. So there's a lot. We've had some dry weeks, but we've got a lot coming out. So very exciting.
Good stuff. Well, that was fun. And let's go record another nice Hades episode for all you other listeners out there. But I'm good. You're good. Peace out from me.
Good night, dads.